Beautiful woman, today I'm going to be guiding you through my dry brushing sequence that I do to support my lymphatic system. Now, why is this important? Let's start there. The lymphatic system, I like to think of it as the pathway for my immune cells. Now, if the pathway is stagnant, if it's blocked, if it's stressed out, what happens is all the toxins that are trying to move out of the body, which the lymphatic system is, excess waste, toxins, flushing it all through, they actually start to build up. Now, I've seen this because traveling, I've noticed when I've gotten swollen lymph glands here, maybe my eyes are puffy and swollen, my circulatory system is not working very well because I've had maybe toxins around me I've been breathing in, whatever it is. Maybe you're eating food you haven't eaten before, and maybe the body is just reacting a little bit more than usual. So dry brushing is amazing, and I highly suggest, best time of the day to do it when you wake up, before you shower, of course. Don't get the brush wet, sun it out when you need to. The sun will kill and acts as antimicrobial, really. Love that. Thanks, vitamin D. Along with it, also you can do other treatments, but I always suggest just make it a small practice so you can show up consistently throughout the week. And if you have any open wounds, eczema, psoriasis, infections, of course, please do not brush over those. I like to use a plant fiber brush. Now, the reason is because it's obviously natural. Some are a little bit more rough than others. You might like to try boar hair or boar bristles. That is from an animal, and you might see they're different colors as well. So we can do it in the sun if you want to get that extra boost in the morning. It's really nice, get sun in your eyes, support your circadian rhythm. Again, I like to stack things. It's kind of like biohacking stacks where you add magnesium to this, or grounding with your whatever you're doing, your meditation. And the best thing about lymphatic system drainage is that you could do anywhere from 5 minutes and it would make a change to 10 minutes to a little bit longer if you wanted to. For me personally, it's just getting in that 5 to 10 minute window, sometimes a little bit longer. I wouldn't do it before bed because it's slightly activating. And I don't think you need to do it after heavy exercise or after a heavy meal or anything like that. You don't need to overload the body. It's already doing its natural thing. So let's drop into an intention before we begin. Place your left hand on your heart, your brush down on the ground, your right hand on your womb or your belly. Just standing tall with your feet spread apart. Maybe you're sitting down watching this for a moment. Breathe in from your belly up into the crown of your head. And then exhale, open the mouth and let it go. And do that 2 more times. And again. And just setting an intention for this beautiful little practice. Might sound something like a mantra, or maybe presence or love, or enjoying this self-love. Maybe you're doing it after work and you just want to get your lymph moving. Maybe you've been sitting all day. And remember that this is additional. The body already knows what it's doing. It's already amazing, but we are enhancing, increasing, supporting our internal environment that always needs a little bit of extra love, especially in the world we live in today. Now, remember that when you are brushing, to slow down. And in other parts, you might notice if the brush is quite intense, it might feel a little bit scratchy if your skin is sensitive. So just soften, relax, go slow. So let's locate your lymph nodes. So to begin, I'm going to put my hair up while speaking to you about this. And I always suggest you do the same. Now, I would probably do this naked, just by the way. I'm going to put my hair in a little bun so it's out of the way. Now, just think for a moment, what lymph nodes do you know on your body? Like, where are they located? And that's really important because you want to actually start to connect your mind and body to what you're doing, to your practice, so you show up and you're a little bit more invigorated or motivated too. So let's start with your lymph nodes under your jawline, which are here, under your neck. This is where I feel a little bit more swollen sometimes, depending on my day and what's been happening. And you can also sometimes see like your puffy eyebrows or eyes. And you want to move down into your chest. You actually have some lymph nodes behind your breasts. Now, your lymph nodes under your armpits and in your groin here, I would spend more time on, because these lymph nodes can really get built up. And if you are someone that wears synthetic fragrances or maybe you've been in a toxic environment, like there's just been perfumes, or you can't help it. Maybe you're in the gym like I was yesterday, and honestly, straight away I could feel it. It was just so much cologne, perfume, whatever, deodorant. Not good. So eliminate those, please, my love, especially if you're going to be doing this practice. We don't need to overload. And under your armpits. Now, sometimes you might see, I've put up videos where I'm just doing it gently with my hands. You can do that too. And you can pump these areas because your lymph doesn't have its own pump. You need to be the pump, okay? How cool is that? You get to be the pump. Here in your groin, just here, also down here. Now, when we're doing our belly and our lower back, we are going to travel in a clockwise direction. Very important. So let's start with your jawline. Get your brush, slowly with me now, just gentle brushes from the jawline down. Now, what does this lymphatic drainage do? Well, it increases circulation, which is incredible because after I do a lymphatic drainage sequence, dry brushing especially, I usually feel really energized and vital. I'm like, oh my God, where did all this energy come from? Well, that's energy being stagnant in the body. It wants to move, but it needs some help to circulate. It needs some help to move. You can do this for a few more moments and then we'll move over to the other side. You want to go slow, take your time. Now, if the skin becomes pink, this is okay. Obviously, we're giving a little brush. It's kind of like a bit of an exfoliation. Also, that is huge. When we exfoliate our skin daily, if we're doing a little dry brushing daily, you're going to see your skin is going to become more vital, healthy, beautiful, glowy, radiant. Why? Because you're getting rid of the surface barrier, the dead skin cells, right? And then we can moisturize and feel like queens. And the circulation is going, because everything, you must think, like, as much as it's inside, it's also outside. When you can feel the dryness on your skin, when you can feel a little bit like dull or stagnant, this is, you can see it most likely. This is the body trying to tell us, and it's the same in plants and flowers. Let's move over to the left side. Now, it improves circulation, which just feels so good for everything in the body. It supports your immune system, and they are best friends, lymphatic and immune systems. Why? Again, the lymph is like the pathway, the infrastructure. The immune cells need to come in and do their thing, but they can't if there's stagnation or blocks, like a roadblock. So we want to open up the pathway. And if you can actually feel your lymph nodes if you press here. So just keep that up, keep stroking down from the jawline. Might like to do it a little bit faster. Sometimes I like to sway. Can't help but sway, regulating my nervous system. Somatic technique, just natural now. I'm just always swaying when I'm standing still. Think about it, this is what mothers do when they have babies. Sway, sway, it's very natural to us. Okay, we're gonna move down into our lymph nodes here, just above the collarbones. Now you can bring the brush all the way down, like this, gently over the bone, gently over. Oh, sorry, you might be hearing that. I might move this a little bit lower. There we go. And you're brushing down into where I said before, there's lymph behind the breastbones. Now, you always want to brush towards the heart. Where is your heart? Here on the left side. Brush towards your heart. If that's just the only thing you remember today, well, that's the most important thing. You're not brushing down towards the feet and getting everything out. You're brushing up the legs, down here into these lymph nodes, but everything else up into the heart. Okay, other side, come back over, down, all the way down. Now let's move over to the armpits. Might like to take your hand up nice and high, and I've got my nice armpit hair here. And you can do like little circles. So sometimes it feels a bit weird at first, but if you don't do little circles, you can just brush towards the heart. Now, like I said, I would probably have my bra off doing this. You could do it outside. I really love outside. Why? Because if you saw right now on a different camera, so much dead skin is moving into the air around us. And I just prefer it going into nature than anywhere else, personally. I'm feeling a bit of sensitivity, so I'm going to slow down. Sensitive area. Again, you can find a way to do little circles. You might have a little circular brush and be doing it that way. Obviously my brush is a bit bigger because it's really good for the back. You might have two brushes. You might get so into this. It's honestly the most amazing, subtle feeling. especially doing it consistently. Again, I'm brushing towards the heart here. You can see a little bit of pinkness come up, that's fine. And sometimes it just feels good to brush over like this. Now, let's start with the left arm, lift it up high. If you don't have a brush, sometimes I'm just doing these quite strong strokes when I'm traveling if I don't have a brush. That is also lymphatic drainage. Okay, it's kind of like the little finger pumps. We've got our brush here. Slowly from the top of the middle finger down, all the way down, and you can just have a little bit of a play with this. It feels really nice. Start connecting with your breath. Make this a beautiful self-love practice, and honestly, your whole day will change. And stay there. Keep slowly moving with the brush. Exhale, inhale, exhale. And go down the outside, come in the inside. Just feels so good. Okay, let's move over to the other arm. Slow it down, nice and soft. Drop into that subtle, sensitive body. It is so, so strong and beautiful. Come all the way through. You might like to trace this line all the way down the side. And why am I lifting my arm up? Well, this is great because the blood's flowing down towards the lymph. So I'm supporting the natural flow. That's why if you're doing your legs up the wall at night before you sleep, also really supportive. Why? Because you're helping the blood flow move back towards the heart, and that increases circulation, and you're supporting your lymphatic system. Now, just play with that for a moment. Inhale, exhale. Okay, now, clockwise in the belly. Gentle, gentle. I know when I first started, I went a bit hard and thought, ow, that really hurts. So remember, just gentle, gentle, soft, soft. Clockwise direction. You might see a little bit of pink come up now on my belly. Again, totally natural. We just don't want it to be red raw. You're going way too hard. Nice and soft. Oh, it feels so nice. The best part is getting in the shower actually afterwards. Or feeling the energy. Feeling all that energy release. Beautiful work. Okay, and let's move over. Now, you can also do this in a different way. You can do little strokes from the belly button up towards the heart. But then, if we're doing the lower half of the belly, we want to move into these lymph nodes instead of your heart up here in these lymph nodes. So actually, you can do little strokes down towards these lymph nodes here and in here. There's quite a few. And you might actually be able to feel them. And if they get swollen because you've had an infection in your knee, your leg, or something's happening here, you will feel that. They'll be a bit swollen. That's normal. That is the body doing its thing, as it does so beautifully. Great. So let's do those lymph nodes I'm talking about here in your groins, right? What you can do is you can just specifically focus on them for a moment, just to feel what I'm talking about, or touch here with your fingers. But let's start with the legs now. So you could have your leg up on a table right now or a chair, and you could have it really high, and you can start all the way from the foot. So you imagine like the hands, the arms, all the way up. You might like to do half strokes and move that up. Honestly, sometimes I just prefer getting creative. I'm also not a professional lymphedema, doctor, etc., etc. But what I do love is that every time I do this, I just have such amazing subtle effects in my energy, in my skin. Oh, it's very windy. Don't mind the wind coming to blow all the negative energy and smoke away. You can do the back of the legs. This is why I like a long brush. Come all the way up. All the way up. You might like to come up into the lower back. Now, if you're a little bit sweaty, it's okay, but it is nice to do it when you're not, so that's why early mornings are good too. Coming up the back of the legs. Now, if you want to, you could do the foot all the way up. All the way up. Do the other leg. And you start to find that flow that actually becomes intuitive and that works for you. Again, I'm not doing this in any very specific order other than brushing up towards the heart. Maybe you want to do that one long stroke. And now really focus on coming up into that inner thigh area. Inner thigh into that inner groin. Might be able to hear this. And up. Into that inner groin area. Okay, and now what we're going to do is work on the lower back. So you want to take your dry brush and move in that clockwise direction. If you don't know, start on your belly to move clockwise if you forgot how to do clockwise. Clockwise, lower back, lower back, lower back, lower back. Brush up, 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 up. It's a good little arm stretch as well. Get the other arm involved. Slow it down now. Slow it down. And it feels really nice if you have an itch as well. Now what we can do is come up to the upper back. Long strokes up towards the heart. If you're wearing a bikini, take it off. It's so much nicer. And you can even work into the armpit again. And just imagine you could do one long stroke. If you are in the neck now, come up into the neck now, brushing down towards the heart. Brushing down towards the heart, slow it down. Slow it all down. And just take your time. You might also feel the body say where it needs a little bit extra. I know for me it definitely is the armpits. Okay, turning back around. Now I'm going to put the brush down. Finish there. Close the eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take a moment to feel your body, feel your lymphatic system. It's definitely been switched on by now, stimulated, and you might be able to feel your body, your energy, fluidity moving better. Like if there has been any stagnation you've been really aware of, take your awareness into those areas and you might feel now, oh, there's a bit more movement. I feel lighter, personally. I feel lighter right now. I feel clearer. I feel a little bit more energized and ready for the day, which feels so nice. Thank you, beautiful woman, for dry brushing with me today. And this is my first time doing a video of this, like this. So if you enjoyed it, if you learned something new, if you want another one, let me know. Obviously, comment, like, subscribe. And yeah, I'm really excited to hear your feedback. This feels so nice. Now, what am I going to do? Very important integration. As I always say, the integration is the most important part of all your practices. I'm going to go have a shower. I'm going to have a cold shower. That's going to feel really good for me. It's very hot. and it's going to be another layer to waking up my body, which will feel so nice. And then what I'm going to do, or maybe lukewarm, is going to be better for you. So just, again, intuitively connect with that. And then I'm going to moisturize, because I've just taken a whole layer of dead skin off. And that moisturizing for me is going to look like some shea butter or cocoa butter, and maybe some nice essential oils like frankincense or something beautiful and queenly and energizing to match this gorgeous energy. And being in my follicular phase is such a good time to do this. And throughout the cycle, it will vary, but you know, when we're speaking to the lymphatic system, we are also speaking to the liver, we're speaking to detoxing excess hormones. If you have estrogen dominance or your liver is sluggish, these things, again, it's all connected. So keep your circulatory system, keep your body moving, keep your lymphatic system healthy, and pump that energy in, because our body's always working for us. So giving in a little bit of extra love every single day consistently will pay off, and you will start to feel amazing, amazing, especially after travel. Love you. Mwah. Many blessings. Have an amazing day.